We are now ready to add a button to our sign-in page, and as a first step we can remove these two boxes that have kept us company in the last few videos. So I'm going to my code, and down here I'm going to remove these two container boxes and reload. So now we're left with just the sign-in text. Now the button that we are going to add is called raise button. So let's try to add it and hot reload. So I'm going to add a raise button and just see what happens. So as we can see, there is a gray rectangle that appears on the screen. Now that is progress, but it's not very interesting. So let's add some properties to our button. The first thing that we're going to do is to add a text widget as the child of our button. So if I type in child, I can specify a text, and as the text I'm going to say sign in with Google. So if I add this and reload, well, I can see that there is some text in here, but as it stands we have a dark gray text on a light gray background, and it's not very readable. So for now, what I want to focus on is the background color. And the color that you see over here is the color that is used when the button is disabled. So what we have done here so far is to add a button, but this is disabled. And what I mean by disabled is that when the user taps on it, nothing happens. Now the reason that this button is disabled is that we have not specified a callback for when the button is pressed. So at this stage, I should really take some time to explain how buttons and callbacks work. So here is what we're going to do next. I'm going to type in some code, and then we're going to observe how the button changes in our simulator. Don't worry if you don't understand this right away, I'll break it down step by step, but for now, please just bear with me and I will explain later. So here I'm going to provide an onPressed callback. And I do this by typing in open and close bracket and then open and close curly bracket. If I hot reload now, I can see that the button has changed color, and also you can tap on it and you get this nice splash effect, which is a visual hint from Material Design that tells me that this is a button that I can interact with. So while I'm here, I want to show you that by adding this onPressed callback, I can actually detect that the button has been pressed. So to do that, I can add a print statement, and here I could say button pressed, like this. So I can then open up the console, and what happens if I hot reload and try again is that every time I tap the button, I get some calls down here. Okay, so we have just managed to implement a callback for our button. However, it is the first time that we encounter this syntax over here, and I haven't really explained properly how this all works. So I'm going to do that in the next video.